Hello, I'm Conner Schryver. This is my brother Zane, and we're going to go over some lacrosse techniques, and today we're focusing on ground balls. So if you're new to the game of lacrosse, you might be wondering, what are ground balls? You probably have an idea. It's relatively self-explanatory, but ground balls are when, say, via a check or a dropped pass, the ball ends up on the ground, and then you need to scoop it up in your stick to regain possession for your team. Ground balls are important for several reasons. The main reason is possession of the ball. Typically, coaches say after the game, when they're looking at the stats, they can usually tell who won the game just by looking at the ground balls. If they don't look at the score or anything else, they can simply look at the ground ball stats, and whichever team came up with more ground balls, essentially means more possessions for their team, will win the game, simply by virtue of longer possession and more opportunities. Ideally, if you're going through the perfect ground ball pickup, your hands will be located right at the top of the stick, close to the plastic of your head, or maybe even touching the plastic of your head, and at the bottom. What this will do is, as the ball is coming towards you, right, and you end up getting low, your feet will be in the right spot, you'll be getting down, and there will not be, your body will be protecting the stick. Even if someone's here, and as you're picking it up and someone comes to check on your stick, there's not as much stick to check, and they hit here, you'll have a better leverage on your stick. It won't necessarily make the ball fall out because your hand's here to protect your stick. Same with the back. If you're here, someone can check or lift you on your backhand in order to make the ball fall out. So you'll be here, you'll be getting low to the ground. Your stick will be, hands will be spaced on your stick. That way you can scoop through, pick up the ground ball, and gain possession for your team. The next part in picking up a ground ball as far as stick work is concerned is your backhand. You've already got to place it at the bottom of your stick, but you're also going to need to extend that arm to lower the angle of the stick to the ground. So if the ball's here for me to pick up, and I'm approaching it here, right, you want your stick to be relatively flat to the ground, making it easier to scoop up the ball. You know, the lower your angle is, generally the easier it is for the ball to get into your stick. If I come in here and I'm not getting low, and I'm trying to pick up the ball, the angle's very high, right? And it's very hard to get the ball to roll up into your stick when the angle's so steep. And another thing you can be worried about is if you're coming in real high at the angle, sometimes your stick can get stuck in the ground and not slide, at which point you can either impale yourself on your own stick or just miss the ground ball in general. I'm going to need to get close to it and get into a spot where my body can actually be in a position to pick it up. Now if I'm too far away, say if I try to pick it up when I'm here, I'm going to be really reaching for the ball, right? So ideally what you want to do is, if the ball's on the ground, you're going to be wanting to you're going to want to run to it, get close. I usually like to have my my foot just parallel with the ball here. So if you can see here, I'm just even with the ball here, right next to it, so that when I get low, my stick's right here and I can easily scoop through. Another thing you'll hear coaches talk about is, as I mentioned before, is running through the ball. Now what this means is, as the ball's coming towards me, or if the ball's stopped or on the ground or in any position, right, I don't want to stop after I pick up the ball. I don't want to be here and stab at the ball. I don't want to come here and just scoop and grab it. And the reason for this is, in a fast-paced game, I'm going to be moving much faster than that at game speed. So if you go through that motion, you're going to add momentum to the ball and then stop your stick, at which point you lose the ball a lot of the time. What that would look like is like this, and the ball pops right back out. So you're actually not necessarily picking up the ball, you're just scooping it and stopping it, because you're not moving your feet to continue running as you pick the ball up. So if I were to run through the ball, right, I'll start here, I'll be here, I'll pick up the ball, and I keep moving my feet. That way the ball has a chance to settle in my stick, the defender who's behind me can't catch up, and I'm able to actually gain possession of the ball. So if you hear coaches say, get low and run through the ball, what they mean is, get your feet set in the right spot, bend your legs, get your bottom hand low so your stick's low, your ankle's low, pick up the ball, and then run through it. Keep your feet moving so that the ball has a chance to settle. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna go over keeping your bottom hand low, and if we reiterate getting low, what happens when you don't get low.